Witnesses say 26-year-old Marlon Duncan was sitting around this area with friends when a masked man descended the stairs, pointed his firearm and pulled the trigger repeatedly. Duncan ran towards the market area until he collapsed, while the gunman made his exit in the opposite direction. The incident occurred on Sunday morning around 8:30 when the streets were a hive of activity, from churchgoers to people shopping for fresh provision. Crime Chief Vernon Francois says police are now piecing evidence to determine the circumstances and the motive.
From preliminary investigation, that he was the one who was targeted, because the fact of the matter is that there were other people in the group and he was the only one who was shot at directly. So it will appear from what we are looking at, he was targeted. We are working on gathering some information about him at this point in time. As to his record or his background, I do not have too much details at this point in time.
Hundreds of curious onlookers lined the police cordon to catch a glimpse, and none the anxious to confide in the police about their knowledge of the preceding events. Francois says it's a good time for the public and law enforcement to cooperate to bring an end to this kind of lawlessness.
Obviously, we have to work with the public. They have to be the one in some cases to give us information, and we should not look at crime fighting as only a police problem. As citizens, as St. Lucians, we need to take a stand against criminals. And if we have information, if we no matter how insignificant the information may sound, if we pass it on to law enforcement for us to work, because if there is an increase in criminal activity, it is not only a police problem, it's a country problem.
A truce among gangs in Castries had kept the violence down over the last year. There are concerns that this latest incident will sever that arrangement and plunge the city back into violence. Those concerns are shared by law enforcement.
I'm concerned about every shooting, not necessarily because of that it's only in the city of Castries, but again, the city is important because obviously this is the heart of activity. And we are concerned about shooting in the city. We know we had a good bit last year. This abated for a little while, and we're hoping that we won't be caught in any situation where it's a repeat of what happened last year. At some point last year, that is why it's important for us as law enforcement to solve this particular crime.
Police are piecing the evidence together to determine a motive. 2 men have been picked up for questioning in the case. To date, there have been some 27 murders for 2008. Clinton Reynolds, HTS News, Channel 4.